Because you work so hard for that one moment, and when it actually happens, it's a time where I just had to sit back and just look at it like, and just soak up the moment. It was crazy, but I was ready to go. I worked hard for it. It wasn't something where the moment was too big for me, because when you work so hard for something like that, it's like you can't fail at it. So I feel like I did a good job, and I was excited for it.
You had a chance to talk to Coach Venables and evaluate your performance.
We had meetings this morning. I had a good graded percentage so I graded out well for the game, and but main things was just cleaning up on things. I had more than a couple missed opportunities to make a lot of big plays, but it's just things where he felt like just jitters, and it being my first time playing in the game in a long time, but it's just something that I'm gonna take into consideration and definitely try to pick up on this upcoming game.
Clay, how good did it feel for the defense to be such a big part of that win after people had so many questions about whether you guys could fill the shoes of the people who were here last year?
For us as a whole, it was really big for us, especially a confidence booster, because we definitely, coming into the season, before even camp started, we had a very big chip on our shoulders, and we know that we lost a lot of guys, but it's college football, so next guy up. People come in, people go out, so. And we want to be those guys that are known as guys that are not afraid of our chance to make the best of our opportunity, and we just want to be known as a great defense for this upcoming year.
Coming into this year, the defense has been positioned that's shown a lot of production, a lot of NFL pipeline coming out of here.
Right.
Knowing you're the next man up, does that put a lot of pressure on you walking in?
It doesn't put a lot of pressure on me. Of course, you play for Clemson and you're expected to produce early, but it's stuff that we recruit guys, and the guys know that when you come here, you come here to be great, and that's what I feel like the guys in that meeting room want to do. We want to be great players. Coach Javi probably once a week always raise your hand if you want to be a great player here, and we all raise our hands. Raise your hand if you want to go to the NFL. We all raise our hands. So it's something that we want. Yes, it might be a little bit of pressure because nobody wants to fail. Everybody has that small fear in the back of their mind, but it's something that we want, and we're going to try to go for it every day.
What was your first thought when Kevin and Shaq both were off the NFL?
For most people, it was kind of a surprise, especially Kevin's departure. But most of us, we knew, talking in the locker room to those guys and just hearing them, like, we was looking at their season and looking how they play. We kind of saw it coming, so we was just like, wow. Dad, we like, behind those guys, we just a bunch of young dudes in there, but it's like we were young and we were hungry, so it was like, Dad, well, when those guys left, it was just like, this offseason, it's time to go to work. And because we know we don't want to be those guys that, like, where you have to make that excuse where we're just being young guys, and that's why we're not producing. So we want to be that group where it's just like, hey, next guy up, we're going to produce just as well those guys produce, and we want to be great just like they were.
Were there any butterflies or anything about, hey, we believe we can do it, but we haven't done it yet? So, stepping out on the field the other night, were there any kind of worries, concerns, butterflies?
Oh, definitely was a bunch of butterflies. No worries. I definitely wasn't scared, but, as a group, we were definitely nervous because, like, hey, we've been working for this moment, and now it's finally here, so it's like, hey, well, it's time to put on the shows for them. So it was just like, wow, we actually here. But once we got into the game, I feel like we did a very good job of having putting ourselves in a great opportunity to win. So that was very good for us, and it was a great experience to play in an environment like that down there at Jordan. Auburn they put on a great show. The crowd was live. It was great to play in that atmosphere.
How did it feel to get in the backfield and get that tackle for loss down there by the end zone at the end of the game?
Well, actually, I could have made that play. I missed that tackle. I'm not going to take credit for it. I had one tackle for loss in the first quarter on Johnson, where I just kind of blew up the play like that. He just fell down, so it was a good feeling for that. But that tackle for loss, that's one play I feel like I need to improve on, just this tackling, because we don't tackle a lot in practice, but it's something that I need to clean up. But it was great helping disrupt that play, and just knowing that we can play at this level, because a lot of our guys don't have a lot of experience, but it's just like, wow, when we really get in the game, we know that we can play at this level, and we can actually thrive at this level if we work hard enough to do so.
Going back to playing with Shaq and Kevin last year, what those two guys, what did you learn from them coming in and that just carried over to this year?
Two completely different guys. Definitely somebody like Kevin Dodd. I'll start off with him. He's a guy that just somebody who who took advantage of the process. I mean, he was a guy who were coming in. A lot of people didn't have a lot of faith in him. I mean, even Coach Sweeney tried to move him to offensive line, but Coach Hobby stuck to it and taught about the process. So, I mean, yeah, his time came late with him being, I think he was a redshirt junior, and him going to prep school for that 1 year. But he was a guy where you watch how hard he worked in practice and how much he wanted to take advantage of his opportunity, and just watching like the type of attention to detail that he took into the game, it was really nice. And just watching his technique as a player, it was really cool. And then for Shaq, it was just like he was a very, very hard worker. Love practice, love to go out there. But it was more of a mentality thing with him, just because of watching just how much he loved to play the game. It's stuff that we admire about Shaq. He just always got a good attitude about things. I mean, yeah, he gets a little annoying sometimes because he talks a lot, but it's just like, man, you love that dude because you just admire his passion for the game and how much he loves to play. So that's something that I really took from those two guys. And both of them, they're just big brothers. So they're very very good teachers to us. They're very good mentors to us because they knew they were gonna. Their time there was going to be short, so they knew that they were going to be in the NFL sooner than later. So they were just like, well, it's time for us to leave our legacy down to these younger guys. So that's how I felt about those guys. They were very big in my development as a player.
Is there one thing that you learned, or one takeaway that you can take away from Saturday night? What would it be?
One thing that I learned, I would definitely say I definitely learned that I can play at this level, definitely, and I would definitely say that that the coaches really put us in a good position to win if we listen to what they tell us to do. Because definitely does. And I didn't understand this at first, but the coaches really know what they're talking about. Like Coach Venables, I didn't understand he was that smart because, for real though, like he was just saying like, yo, they're gonna run this play, you need to be ready for it. And they ran the exact same play that we watched in film a thousand times. And I didn't understand why he would be so on edge about it and just so much attention to detail and so intense and yelling us about it. Because he said that, yeah, first quarter they're gonna try to come out, run some things like they ran that little wing T formation, but throughout the game, they're going to get back to what they know, which is their old schemes that they've been running from the past years, like they did with Cam Newton. So it was just like really just buying into what the coaches said. That's one thing that I really learned, and they're going to put us in the best position to have our best games out there.
Christian started at defensive end the other night. How much did you enjoy having him opposite you, rushing the passer?
I mean, I have Christian. That's probably like my best friend here. Him and Austin. But man, I had a lot. It's something I can't explain. Just playing with him, it's very fun playing. He's one of that's one of the most time I ever had playing football, and it's just being with him just because of the energy he brings to the game and watching how I feel like he matches my love for the game as well. So I just love playing with him and seeing him out there making plays, because a lot of people had doubts about him if he could do it and stuff like that. But seeing him out there getting this sack, it was fun to watch. I mean, of course he made a joke because I didn't get one, but it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get one this year, but it was fun watching him get his opportunity and taking advantage of it.
How excited are you about running down that hill on Saturday now that you're a starter?
Man, I can't put into words. My family gonna be there. I'm more excited for them because my family is the people who's really been behind me, especially my mother, because she's the one who's always put a lot of inspiration in me and kept a lot of faith in me and just telling me just enjoy the process and just take advantage of the time that you're not playing or whatever and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna be excited. I'm just gonna be open-hearted and just enjoy my moment on Saturday.
Well, you know where you guys are in the college football world. A lot of eyes on you.
Right.
Do you feel like the defense and especially the line kind of made a statement that we're not going anywhere, so you guys better beware? Oh,
definitely. I feel like we definitely showed a lot of people that we're ready for all the doubts that may come about us, because the offense getting a lot of hype this year. But we just want to let people know that even though we lost a lot of guys last year, that we're still gonna try to do our best to produce, and we're not looking at it as any other thing lesser. This year, we're still going to try to be a top 10 defense. That's what we strive to be. We're striving to be the best defense in the country this year. So that's one of the things that we really pride and take ourselves on in practice. And that's just how we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to keep working hard every day as we've been doing. And hopefully that can just continue throughout the year. And then by the end of the year, we'll be where we want to be. Definitely.
How different is it for you this year to be going into a game and now you're playing, now you're starting, whereas last year you had to watch on the sideline?
It's a lot different. Definitely last year it was a whirlwind, because I mean, I don't know if y'all did, but coming in, I did not think we was gonna go to the national championship. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna be top 10. I'm thinking top 10, but I didn't understand how good we were gonna be last year. So coming in, it was just like, wow. And then you see like all the different stages that we went to, like the ACC championship, Orange Bowl, national championship. It was crazy. Now I just get to watch all those guys go out there and perform. So it was kind of a surreal moment, but at the same time, I was kind of like, I had a little downside about it just because you're not playing. I mean, nobody does not want to play, but it's just like, wow. But it kind of humbled me in the aspect of where I need to take advantage of the time that I'm not playing right now, so that next year I can definitely take advantage of the opportunity, and hopefully I'll get my chance to play. And this year it's just crazy that it actually happened, so that's even greater. So that's crazy.
Talk about your knee a little bit. You rehabbed the knee coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
How's it feel?
Oh, it's feeling good. It's 100%. I mean, definitely. Coach Hobby wanted me to play with the brace on yesterday, so I definitely played. I have no problem wearing the brace. I mean, it feels the same as when I'm not wearing it, but the knee is definitely fine. I mean, yeah, it took some time coming out of high school because you only go to rehab twice a day back there, but in here you go to rehab every day. But it was a process, but I'm happy that I got past it because that was my first time ever really being hurt. But I've grown a lot from it. I've learned a lot about just how to be a better person and just learning to be humble myself, really, because in high school I thought I was that guy, but I really learned that I became a better teammate and learning how to mentor guys and stuff like that, like the younger guys now. So it was big for me.
You talked about watching film with Coach Hobby and seeing all the plays. Were you surprised at the number of plays that he pointed out that you could have made during the game?
Definitely, because I remember those plays that I could have made, but it was hard to watch because it's just like, wow, man. It's just, he always talks about like, man, the whole crowd would have been knowing your name. You would have been a household name and stuff like that. Which is, I mean, it's just him poking fun at you, definitely. But it's hard to watch, but it's stuff that we learn from, and it's all fun and games. I mean, he's more about the result at the end of the day. Did we win or did we lose? Did you help us win or did you lose? And that was my main thing, about just getting the win. So at the end of the day, I was still happy about the results.
With all the plays that you didn't make, you said you grayed out really well.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the things that you did well in the game that you could build on?
Definitely, I wasn't scared. I mean that's one of the things where that's one of the main things for guys who haven't played before. Like maybe like in a situation where you have like a lot of times true freshmen coming in starting, those guys might be a little scared or nervous to just really go at it or go at the other team and try to dominate. I definitely feel like I tried to attack the other team, so I wasn't really nervous or things like that, and I knew what I was doing. So definitely with my preparation, I feel like I knew the different formation that Auburn was going to run, because they have a very difficult offense to defend, just because of all the smoke and mirrors. They do all the motions, jet formations, all those things like that. So definitely my preparation was huge, and the coaches getting me prepared was definitely big for that. So, and the way they made practice harder, practice was way harder than the game. I definitely would make that statement first of all, but it was that's what I would say, my preparation, definitely.
All set.